Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Hey, okay. Anil, good morning. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so yesterday we discussed about the load balancer, right? So the purpose of load balancer, it is going to distributing the incoming traffic to the backend resources. That is the purpose of load balancer. It is distributing the traffic. You can see we have different servers are added in a backend pool. It's a pool of servers, we can call it as. So all servers have a same application. This is also have a Flipkart, for example, Flipkart application. So Flipkart application. So why we are doing this? What is the purpose of this doing a distribution of traffic? To maintain the high availability of your application. If one server is affected with more incoming request, that can pass to the second server and the second server to third server. So it is maintaining our application with a high availability. High availability means it is going to be available all the time. So you can see that nowadays we never get any issue with the page cannot be displayed or you're unable to reach the server. We don't get those such type of errors now because we have different strategies we have followed. So this process, it is very difficult in on-premises. This option is available in cloud. So we can easily manage our servers, multiple identical servers. Okay, we'll create as in a pool, and then we can distribute the traffic with the help of load balancer. So that is the main purpose of load balancer. Yesterday we discussed it. We had different type of load balancers. Some load balancers are distributing. So these load balancers are segregated based on how it is going to distribute the traffic. So based on IP, based on URL, based on uh, specific region, different options. It's a global available load balancer. So how we are going to distribute the traffic? Based on that, we are going to segregate these load balancers into four different type of load balancers, like a load balancer, application gateway, front door, traffic manager. So these are the four different type of load balancers are available in the market. You can see you can get a table also. Azure load balancer types and a comparison. Okay. We have different type of load balancers. It is give only for load balancer. I want to load balancer, comma, application gateway, comma, front door, and traffic manager. You can see the chart now. So these are the four type of load balancers. So Azure load balancer is running on TCP or HTTP. TCP means it's a IP based. And IP based, it is going to be control the traffic, distributing the traffic on the backend. So you can see it is supported on the TCP model. If you go to the application gateway, HTTP or HTTPS, front door also HTTP, HTTPS, but application gateway is a regional service, but front door is a global service. The traffic manager also global service. So you can see the type of distribution is the same for all three. HTTP, HTTPS, HTTP, HTTPS, HTTP, HTTPS. Only the TCP also available in the traffic manager. So standard load balancer is a TCP or HTTP. There is no HTTPS. Okay. Works at VMs, any IP address, DNS CNAME, and it is not on the any of this. TCP UDP. You can see here different options are available. So what is the between the HTTP request and IP address?
HTTP will come with the domain.
Hmm. Yes. For example, you have this is the your virtual machine. Okay. Here I have some IRCTC application. Okay. This server have some IP like 10 dot 20 dot 40 dot 11. Okay. So if the request comes based on the IP, for example, I try to connect IRCTC. Some application is there, but we are not hitting any irctc.com. Just type TCP you have a load balancer here, for example. Okay. It is trying to distribute the traffic to the backend server. So load balancer will know only the IP address. What is the application we have inside this particular server? Load balancer is not bothered about that. Today we have IRCTC. Tomorrow you may have Amazon. Uh, Day after tomorrow you have Flipkart. So it doesn't matter what is the application you installed on this server. It is always focused on this IP address. Okay. So I have one more server. I have one more server. So dot 11, dot 12, dot 13, something like that. 10 dot 0 dot 0 dot 13, 10 dot 0 dot 0 12. So load balancer is always focused on, okay, I want to send this request to IP address 10.0.0.12. I want to distribute my traffic to 10.0.0.13. It keep on changing it based on the, it is only based on the IP address. It is not focused on the, what is the application you have inside the server. They don't know if it's a normal load balancer. If application gateway is running on HTTP or HTTPS, right? So here, for example, in URL, you type, you can see you have three servers here. Here we have IRCTC. Here I have Flipkart. Here I have Amazon. These are three different applications on three servers. So when I type Amazon.com in my URL, in my web server, on my browser, okay, the request will come to here and hit this load balancer if it's an application gateway. So it will check where we have the Amazon.com. Okay. Okay, Nish. So here, this when you type Amazon.com, it will search where we have Amazon.com. It will not search on the IP address. Please search where is we have a Amazon.com is installed, and your traffic will be distributed to here. So that is the specialty of application gateway. That option cannot done by our load balancer. We got now what is the difference? Based on your URL, it will identify where that application is hosted in this server or this server, this server. So tomorrow, maybe you uninstall IRCTC here and you install Amazon here and you install IRCTC here. So once a request comes, automatically application gateway is identify where we have Amazon.com. We will go to the request here, not to here. Because it is going to identify the URL, what application is going to running on that particular server. Clear? Any confusion?
Clear. No, mostly which type of companies will use this application gateway?
Almost all companies.
Okay.
Because mostly where we are having running on applications backend, we are going to use a application gateway as a front end, because many applications are, we are not focusing on what server we have it. Okay. It doesn't matter in which server you are going to install your application. It might be any server. Today we have 10.0.0.11. Tomorrow we have 10.0.0.12. Okay. It doesn't matter what server you have it, but it is identify the where exactly your applications are grouped. You can able to create multiple backend applications and you can able to distribute that.
Under application gateway also means there will be another load balancer. Huh?
No, application gateways itself is a load balancer.
Okay, I got it. But if see, if the more traffic is coming on Amazon means .com means there are multiple servers are there.
Hmm.
Means For Amazon itself, there might be means multiple servers, right? How the
Yes.
load will be distributed?
Yeah, that's what. They are going to create a group of, for example, you are not using only one server. For example, I have 20 servers in a backend pool. Okay. I given 10 servers for Amazon.com, another 10 servers for Flipkart, for example. So application gateway trying to distribute the traffic of all these 10 servers if you trying to hitting to the Amazon.com. So if the application gateway, if you're requesting for the Flipkart, it is going to hitting these 10 servers only where your Flipkart is available. It is going to distribute only for these 10 servers.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
Hmm,
So
got it.
it is not hitting these 10 servers at all because these 10 servers we have only Amazon.com. So it is not, your request will not go to touch this particular servers. It is going to distribute only these 10 servers where we have Flipkart. Okay. So based on your URL, you can able to routing your traffic automatically. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Hmm. Okay. But this cannot be, you can do the same thing in a application is a load balancer also. But the only thing is you cannot distribute the traffic for HTTPS. You know that, right? Difference. What is the HTTP and HTTPS?
Yes, sir.
What What is the difference?
HTTPS is a secure
Hmm.
traffic.
Secured. It has a certified. It has a certificate. You can see that HTTPS. You can see here. It's a secured website because it is identified as a. It is certified by your certification authority. So they get a certification from the certification authority team and secured encrypted certificate will be there. So there is no issue with certificates, no issue with the whenever whoever is trying to access these websites. So the websites who does not have a security, it can be anything. Like it is starts with the HTTP only. There is no security. It can be any website is hacking website or it might be on anything. We don't know. There is no guarantee provided by your certificate authority. CA. We can call as certificate authority CA. Okay. So the recommended one is we are going to access only HTTPS websites only. We cannot go with the HTTP because it's a risk. Clear? So here the load balancer, we are going to working on a load balancer, then we can discuss on application gateway tomorrow. Okay. So how this load balancer will work now. Okay. So we require load balancer, we need to be set up. The backend pool is required. We need to add some set of servers in the backend pool. Then we can try to distribute the traffic, how the distribution works. We are going to see that. Okay. So first I need to create two servers now. Okay. I'm planning to build two servers in a one network. Okay. Let me take this vm1. Can keep app server one. Can create in the West Europe. Okay. So app server one, you can create in the West Europe only. Okay. We are going to with the Windows server. I gave Azure admin some password. Krishna 1234 Krishna 1234. So I allow the traffic 3389. And I'm going to allow the traffic 80 also because I'm going to send some request. So I'm going to create some virtual machine, virtual network. Can name it as vnet1. Okay, this is fine. I have one subnet. I can change the name of the subnet. App subnet. Okay, save it. So as of now, I will give this IP public IP. After that, I will remove this public IP because I need to connect the server and I need to do some small changes on that to identify that. Okay, I will show you that. Then next, view it. So first, I'm creating these servers now. Okay, then we will go for entire setup. Let me create one more server here. VM, new VM, app server 2. Okay. Okay. The password now. So accept the port number 80. I'm using same VNet, same subnet. So here I provide a public IP also. I will disable later. This is the virtual machine 2. Okay. So in virtual machine 1, what I'm going to do, I'm going to connect this virtual machine to keep open this virtual machine to connect. So why am I using public IP? Just I want to install some small application to understand, okay, identify which server we connected from through load balancer. So that is the reason I provided a public IP to connect the server first. Then I can remove it. later. Okay, this server is ready now. Go to app server 2, connect this server also. So two servers I'm going to connect now. Small role I need to install it in the server. Just I want to install this web server. Okay. The same thing I need to do on this different server. Just for the understanding purpose, I did all these things. Otherwise, it is not required. So what I'm doing now, this is the role I'm installing is a a web server. So what is the meaning of web server? Any idea, Manikanta? What is web server? How you want to become a web server?
Don't have an idea.
Okay. So see, web server means we have a server. We build a server, right? You may call some servers DNS server, DHCP server, okay, RAS server, okay. So many servers are like this. We can call web server. So how this server become these many roles? This sometimes this server is called as a DNS server. This server can be a DHCP server. This server can be a RAS server. This server can be a web server. So how these server become converted as DNS server, DHCP server, or RAS server? Because we are going to install that role on this particular server. For example, you have a server here. You installed IRCTC application here. Okay, your install application here. So I sent a request from a laptop to the server. Okay, even though I have a IRCTC in here, I type IRCTC request and reach here, but this server is not responding until unless this server would be a web server. If it is a web server, then only it will once it is receiving a HTTP request, then this server will respond and you can see the IRCTC application on your laptop. So how the server will know you got a HTTPS request? How the server knows that? Because this server has a role installed that is called IIS, Internet Information Service. This role need to be installed. What we are doing now, right? You can see we have so many roles are there in the server. You want to make this server as a web server. You want to make this as a remote access server. You want to make this server as a DNS server or DHCP server, device health server, Active Directory server, any server. Okay. I want to make this server as a web server. I need to install web server IIS. I need to add this feature in this server. Then only this server can able to receive your HTTP or HTTPS requests. Otherwise, it won't receive, won't respond. Okay. So, for example, you are a human being. Okay. For example, someone is trying to hit your hand. How do you know that someone is hitting in your hand? Because you have a brain will receive that signal, then only you got to know someone is hitting on your hand. If that option is disabled in your brain, what will happen? If that nerve is disabled in your hand, in your brain, will you know that someone is hitting on your hand or not?
Mm. No.
No, right? That feature is added in your brain, then only you are able to know that, okay, someone is hitting my hand. Because that sense will receive, the brain will receive it and brain will respond, okay, someone is hitting on your hand. So that feature is added to your brain. If that nerve is disabled, so if someone is hitting on your hand, you don't know anything. Because that feature is not there. The same way, if the server is need to be responded, that server become a that feature need to be added. Otherwise, the server not aware I am receiving HTTPS request. I have IRCTC installed in my server, I need to respond. Server not aware of all these things. So this feature, this software need to be installed on the server. That is called IaaS. Then only this particular server know that, okay, I will respond if I get any HTTP request or HTTPS request fitting to me, then I can respond. Okay. So that's the reason we are installing it. If it's a Java application, we need to install Tomcat. Okay. Tomcat is a web browser request. So if you are installing any Java related applications on your server, you need to install a Tomcat as a browser service. Otherwise, the server not aware of it. I in my server itself, I don't know Java is installed, Java application installed on his server. There is no response. Okay. Each and every action, there is some feature need to be added. Okay. So any .NET, any applications, we are going to IaaS only. So you can see this installed, this server IaaS is added here. Okay. For example, now if you, I'm going to create small file here, HTML file. Okay. Open Notepad. Okay, I'm opening Notepad. In this Notepad, I write like this. This is app server 1. I want to save this file as under C:\inetpub www root. So this is the path actually where your applications are installed on your server. This is the default path. Okay. I'm going to give Flipkart dot or irctc dot html. Just I just I save this file as like that in this file. Okay. So let me do the same thing here once it is complete. So what I did as of now, so I created 2 servers. I built in 2 servers in a one subnet in one network. Okay. I log into the server and installed IaaS. Then these 2 servers have become a web servers. Now these servers can able to receive HTTP and HTTPS request. And I create small file called this is server 1. The same thing, this is server 2. These 2 files are added in these 2 servers to add and understand. So now I'm going to create a load balancer in front of that. So if a request comes to the load balancer can hit this server or this server. We'll see how this distribution can happen. So let me create a load balancer. First I need to complete this server actions. Okay, this is completed. So I'm going to create a file now. Notepad. Open a notepad in server 2. So here just I type small file. This is app server. This is only for our understanding. I written like this because otherwise we don't know right which server it was going to be hit. So that's the reason I created this one. So let me save this file under what is the path we have? Default path. In which path you need to save this file? Hmm? In C drive, inetpub. This is the folder. Underneath we have a folder name called www root. This is the path. We need to save this file. How can I save this? irctc dot html. So both the files have a same name. That means same application is there. Save it. Close it and minimize it. Okay. Then now servers are ready now. Then I'm going to create a load balancer now. Load balancer. So create. So we have two types of load balancers here, guys. We go back. Click on here. We have a standard load balancer and gateway load balancer. So we are going to discuss about the standard load balancer now. We'll discuss about the gateway load balancer later. Okay. So you can take it as, you can give the load balancer name. I can give LB1, West Europe only. So we have two type of load balancers. Is a public load balancer and internal load balancer. Okay. So where you are going to use it, tomorrow we'll discuss what is a public and a internal. So as of now, I'm going with the public load balancer only. Okay. So we need to create a front end IP. You can see here, this particular load balancer should have a IP address. So what type of IP address it is going to be required here? Is it private IP or public IP? Which IP it is going to be required?
Public.
Public IP, because it is taking a request from the internet, not internally, right? Required a public IP for that. Okay. So the public IP can create. Okay. Click on save. Save it. So this IP will be assigned by your Microsoft, like who is the vendor of this one. So now the backend pools. So in the backend pool, we need to add our servers. This is I have two servers now. I need to add into the backend pool. Okay. So I need to create a backend pool now. Can give backend BP1. So which network servers I want to add it? I have a VNet1. So in VNet1, if you add with IP address, you can add it. So I have two servers here, 172.16.0.4. You can see here, what is the IP address of your server? 172.16.04. Same way, we have one more server. What is the IP address of this server? 172.16.05. So you can see I have two servers. I'm adding in a backend pool. Okay, then save it. So I have two servers under backend pool. That is called appserver1 and appserver2. So we can add the rules later. Okay, just tag it, create. So my load balancer is ready now. Okay, you can see the load balancer will get some public IP here. Let it will take. You can see public IP will receive from your vendor. Okay, so I'm going to check what is my front end IP. That is your public IP. You can see this is our public IP of your load balancer. I have backend pool. Backend pool, I have two servers. Okay, so you can go ahead and write a rules here. What exactly we are going to create a rule. What is our rule here? So we are telling to the load balancer, if you receive any request to you, you need to send. If you what type of request? For example, if you receive request number HTTP request like port number 80, request is if you receive it, can you distribute to your backend port? So we need to inform to the load balancer, if you receive any HTTP request, can you please assign to this backend pool, whatever the service you have it. That is the information you are going to create a rule here. So you can see here, add a rule here, rule 1. You are informing if any request to your front-end IP. What is your front-end IP? This one. If any request come to the 20.76.221.97 IP address, that request will go to your backend pool. That means whatever the request come to here, that will send it to your pool. Any server is available, that will distribute to here. Okay, that is the rule we are going to create. And what type of request you are going to send to the backend pool? Port 80. Okay, that is the request. You can add it. Okay, and the backend request also port 80. Okay, so health prob is not. We need to write a health prob also. Health prob. So health prob is also added. What is a health prob here? For example, you can see this device. We are informing to the load balancer. If you receive any request to you, you need to send to the backend server. Okay, that load balance understood. What is a health probe here? So, for example, you send the load balancer receive a request. It is sent to this server, but the server is down. How the load balancer know that? Aware of it. The server is down. How the load balancer aware of it? With the health probes. So health probe means what exactly the load balancer do? It is keep on sending this request. Are you still alive or not? It is keep on checking that the servers which are in the part of this backend pool is still alive or died. That need to be checked by your load balancer. How it is going to be checked? With the health probe request. So it is the load balancer keep on sending to the request every 5 seconds to the backend servers and asking that are you still alive or not? So the server also responding, yes, I am alive. Okay. So this process is keep on doing it with the help of this health props. Okay. Okay. Then you need to save this role. Okay. Now you are creating everything here. The front end load balancer IP address, backend IP address, and all these things. You can take this IP now. Open our web browser. Type here slash irctc .html. You can see this request go to the appserver one. You keep refresh it. So many people are using send a request to the load balancer. Okay. After some time, it might be changed to application 2 also, appserver 2. You can take the same link and type on the different website web browser. It's not secured, is saying that. Okay, this is fine. Continue this site. Keep refreshing it. If many hittings are there, then it will automatically shift it to the second server. Okay. Same thing happened for on the second server. So as of now, it is hitting only server 1. So it might change it to server 2 if the hittings are very high. Okay. As of now, it is going to server 1 only. Just refresh it, it will happen. It is completely depends on the load balancer. Load balancer will distribute and load balancer feel like it is the server 1 is hitting CPU utilization very high, then it will distribute to server 2. That is completely depends on the server. If you try to run into the different browser also. Now you can see it is hitting server 2 now. So what is the purpose of here? You have IRCTC on this server and this server. Okay. When the requests are come to the load balancer is trying to distribute the traffic to the any one of the server is which is available, which is CPU utilization less and able to take this request. That decision will taken by your load balancer. This automatically distribute your traffic in the backend. Is it clear? Any doubts? Any confusion? Manikanta and Anil?
Oh,
Huh?
it's clear.
No, what? Your voice is breaking. Is it clear? Okay.
Yes, and it's clear.
Okay. So we'll continue tomorrow with the application gateway. So the basic funda is here. We are going to segregate distributing the traffic with the help of load balancer. How many servers you have it? You need to add it manually or you can remove it. We have different options also, but on average, we are going to distribute the traffic in the backend. Okay, just like your gatekeeper. So we have multiple doors in our to. If you go to Tirupati, right, we have multiple doors, right? So in the door, like the one person is standing there, okay, in front of the main door. If you have multiple doors to reach to enter into the temple, okay, what this gatekeeper is doing it based on the your traffic, it is going to allow the people into this door, some people from this door, some people from this door. Clear? Are you aware of it? This one gatekeeper is there. It is keep on distributing the people to the different doors to go to your temple. So what is this doorkeeper? Is a load balancer. So load balancer is distributing. If this person is not there, so much traffic will hitting. It might be everyone is going to try to get into the temple in the only single window. There is no control. No one is there here. So if everyone is trying to enter into the temple to same door, the entire door will be blocked. The entire route will be blocked. So someone should be there to distribute our traffic. That is nothing but our load balancer. Got it?
Yes, sir. No, means round robin and least count will be there, right? No? Mean these are the rules only. Yeah.
Yeah, round robin, these are still comes under the traffic manager, not on the standard load.
Okay, okay,
Okay. Round robin
okay,
or priority, all this comes under the traffic manager, not on the standard load balancer. Okay.
okay, okay, okay.
Okay, then we'll see tomorrow. Okay. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.